Imagine you're in your car driving and suddenly somebody cuts you off. You go into the next lane to pull up and look at this person who just cut you off. You get next to them and you look at them and you realize they're not even realizing what just happened. They're sitting there straight face, no emotion, and it's like, do you even realize what you just did? Are you even aware that you just cut me off? This is somebody that you might call an NPC. According to the Urban Dictionary, an NPC is short for non-player character. These characters are coded to give predetermined answers and dialogue. So just picture you're playing GTA, walking down the sidewalk, and you bump into a pedestrian.
It's on, idiot.
Every single one of those pedestrians has a pre-coded reaction and a pre-coded response. They have no actual self-awareness and they have nothing behind their eyes. That's what I see when I'm in public and I'm looking around at every single human being around me. I just see NPCs with nothing at all going on behind their eyes. Obviously, I'm guilty of being an NPC throughout my life as well. Like, have you ever been driving and it's been probably like 2 minutes and you just realize that those last few lights, you don't know if they were actually green or red, but your body just knew to go through them? That's an NPC moment. That's a moment when your brain is just on autopilot and you have no actual idea what has been going on. You're just so trapped and caught up in your own thoughts. You're trapped and caught up in what's about to happen when you get home, what has just happened at work, or whatever. When I'm out in public, I like to look at people and I'm realizing that a lot of people are just on autopilot. A lot of people are just going through their lives without much thought of where they are in the present moment. It's a common human flaw for us to be doing one thing but to be thinking about doing something else. It really takes a lot of focus and training to get your brain out of doing that. Of course, when you're doing everyday tasks and habits like brushing your teeth or getting out of bed or making your bed, it's not terrible for your mind to be on autopilot, but it is common for some of these daily habits to suffer in quality just because you think, well, I've done this every single day for the past X amount of years. I don't need to really focus on doing this. But we do need to take a step back sometimes and look at our everyday habits that we do on autopilot and kind of reevaluate them and say, am I doing this at a level of quality that this task needs? Yeah, I've been brushing my teeth every single day since I was 3, so I kind of just do it on autopilot. But sometimes you need to take a step back maybe every few months and say, am I brushing my teeth as well as I should be brushing my teeth? Am I actually spending 2 minutes brushing my teeth instead of 30 seconds? How well am I doing this daily task? Let me not zone out this time. Let me actually think about what I'm doing this time. Have you ever been having a conversation with somebody and they just randomly start checking their phone or they start looking at the time and you realize that they're not actually fully paying attention? Or maybe they are paying attention, but suddenly something in their brain just influenced them and made them want to check their phone. You're realizing their attention span is short. Our connection is not strong. Whereas humans used to be able to stand face to face and have actual conversations with people, today people are so distracted and so ready for that next hit of dopamine that they can't even sit down face to face without fidgeting or looking at their phone or anything. We're not even looking people in the eye as much because we have so many other distractions going on. Think about how that makes you feel when somebody checks their phone while you're talking to them. Think about how you make somebody else feel when you do that. Think about the quality of your relationship with that person diminishing every single time one of you checks your phone. One thing that I really had to check myself on and realize was not actually benefiting me in life was being an iPad kid. An iPad kid, if you don't know the whole meme, is just somebody who can't do something like brush their teeth or eat a meal without having their phone up or in their hand and watching a video or something like that. So I used to be the type of person who, if I'm brushing my teeth, I'm watching something on my phone. If I'm doing this simple task at work, I'm watching something on my phone. If I'm cooking, I'm watching something on my phone. I had to realize that not every single task is a task that I can do while watching something or being an iPad kid. I think that we as a society today, we're so overconfident in our ability to multitask that we think we can do this thing and also do this thing, and the quality of these things will not be lowered. But think about if you're cooking a new recipe and you want to prop something something up and watch a movie. You have two choices actually. You can fully focus on this movie and get every single detail out of it, but your recipe will suffer. Something will be missed, some quantity of ingredient will be inaccurate, and the quality of that overall recipe won't be what it should have been. Or you can have that movie playing in the background, you can miss many details of that movie, you can not really know exactly what's going on with the plot, but you can focus so much on your recipe that it turns out amazing, perfect, everything's to the T. But if you realize you can't do both, you can't get every single detail and every single plot point out of that movie and also make the perfect recipe, something in the mix is going to go awry. It's the same thing being an iPad kid or having thoughts in your brain where you're doing something but your brain is focused on the future or the past. It's the same exact thing. It's hilarious to me when I go to Wawa. I'm standing in line and I'm people watching. I'm looking at everybody's face. I'm looking at what people are doing, how fast they're moving, and I'm realizing there's nothing behind half of these people's eyes. Half of these people are so focused on, I wonder if I locked the door before I left. I wonder what my dog is doing right now. And just to wrap this whole idea up and bring it back to my example in the beginning where somebody cuts you off and then you look at them and realize that they have no idea what they've just done. Think about how many times in your life you've inconvenienced somebody or you've been a burden in somebody's life and didn't even realize what you had done. Think about how many times you were that person in the car who cut off a stranger and didn't even realize that you had done so. I think about these things often, and when I'm out in public or I'm interacting with people or I'm working on things that I really know need my attention, I'm always reflecting and bringing myself back into the moment. I'm always asking myself, am I in the moment? I'm always making sure that I'm not thinking ahead in life or thinking behind in life. I'm always in the present moment. That'll help you get things done, stay focused, not forget things, not misplace things, not inconvenience people, and build your connections with other people in your life in a way that is actually meaningful. But let me know in the comments if you have any stories of any time you ever caught somebody else being an NPC or if you ever caught yourself being an NPC. I respond to every comment, so I hope to have a conversation with you guys in the near future, and I'll catch you in the next video.